Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my first video. For those of you who don't know me, I'm John, the Gardener of Nurgle. I currently, since last year, my painting has been awful. Not in terms of quality, but just not getting anything done. So, if you follow me on my blog, you'll see that I've been doing a 30-minute challenge every day, 5 days a week, at least 30 minutes a day, just so I can actually get some paint down, get something done. And yeah, so my first video, I'm going to document my day 5 challenge and just have a little chat, what got me into the hobby, why I chose Nurgle, and yeah, just a little bit of rambling. I do apologise about my voice, and if I start coughing or anything, there's just been this damn flu going around in work, and I've had it for about a week, and I'm actually feeling a lot better, but I also feel so bad, so bad. But anyway, enough of the introductions. This is what I'm working on today. My third Blight Lord, if he's going to focus. Nope, it's the best I'm going to get. But yeah, 30 minutes painting job. Let's crack on with it. Alright. Yeah. What got me into the hobby was back in school, Lord of the Rings came out and it was all the rage. And a magazine came out in partnership with Games Workshop, releasing Lord of the Rings miniatures every fortnight, and I was like, wow, characters from one of my favourite authors I could actually paint and hold. I thought this was incredible. Never heard of Games Workshop before. Well, I'd heard of it, walked past the shop many a time, just thought it was another shop to buy computer games. Never really thought to give it a look in. So I got this magazine. I was loving it. And I thought, wow, this is something I could get behind. And as I was doing it, I was like, alright, let's see what else I can buy from this, because obviously it was promoting Games Workshop. Walked in the store. Can't remember who was there at the time. I ended up going to that shop for well over a decade. So there were some great characters in there. But when I came in, the thing that really caught my attention was Warhammer Fantasy. And they had two gaming tables set up for starter games. And I'll always remember it was Orcs versus Empire. And I was like, no, they look cool. That's something I could get behind. But as I was young, I didn't have any money. My mother was like, nope, you're in to get this. And then she saw the prices and was like, yeah, no. But I persisted, got a starter game down, really enjoyed the game. Kind of fell off the Lord of the Rings a little bit, collected the magazine still, but that's as far as it went really. Fantasy was where I started properly, and I didn't start with the Orcs or anything. Started with Warriors of Chaos Army. I just saw that war book, that badass looking Chaos Lord, Warrior, whatever he was, on the front, and I was like, wow, now that's cool. So I ended up starting the Warriors of Chaos Army. When I was reading the Codex, or Army book, not Codex, okay. The Patron God Nurgle really took my fancy. I looked into the Demons of Chaos army book, and those Plague Bearers, man, like the grimdark aesthetic of them, the little Nurglings, that was what drew me into the hobby, like kept me into the hobby. And now, yeah, I had a massive fancy army. Barely knew how to play. I just loved collecting. Played with a couple of friends. We just made up rules because none of us knew how to play properly. But we had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. People fell away from the hobby. I carried on going until I was about 14, 15. I went through that stage of being a nerd isn't cool. So I threw away my army. Probably in old money when Warhammer was cheap. Had about £1.5 grand worth of stuff. Straight in the bin. Didn't think of the consequences. I had such lovely models as well. And yeah, all down the pan. Didn't really think about it until a few years later. Thought, you know what, I'm going to start this hobby back up. Looked at the prices, and the face palmed so damn hard. Couldn't believe I got rid of it all. But started again. But didn't dive straight into chaos. Security guard at work had a spare army. He was like, "Oh yeah, you can have this." I think it was the start of 6th edition. Chaos Codex has just come out. Dark Angels is close to being released. Thought, oh, Dark Angels might be a good shout. I'll give them a try. Yeah, that didn't work out. I think that was where my hatred for the Astartes, not hatred for the actual lore of them, but just the auto win style of things. Tried them, weren't a fan. Went back to fantasy, thought I'll give them a go again. Started with Lizardmen. Cool as hell. Who doesn't love playing with dinosaurs? Couldn't get into fantasy. It was far too complicated for my liking. As much as I tried to enjoy it, it just wasn't for me. So I went back to 40k. But I'll give Grey Knights a shout. Too easy. I tried to like them. Even went all Inquisitor style armies back when the Inquisition was in the Grey Knights Codex, and they had a strong Codex. But again, I found them too easy. So I gave up on them and then went to Demons of Chaos. And they were fun. They were really fun. In Plague Bearers, they were the absolute staple of all my armies, all my army lists. Touch of Rust was such a good rule. I always remember taking down an Imperial Knight with literally just a unit of 30 Plague Bearers surrounding it. He couldn't drop them fast enough. Granted, I was hot rolling 6s, just stripping whole points off. I love that army, but I don't know what happened to it. I can't remember. But then, where did I go from there? I can't remember now. I had an army. Oh, Orcs, obviously. I kind of started feeling that demons were a bit easy again. they were far too good. Like, I don't like easy armies, so for underdogs, orcs. And back when they still had their ancient codex during 6th edition, that was a fun army to play. Like old Zogwart, he was one of the coolest units around. Like, didn't have a model, so as an orc player, conversion ideas, options were limitless. It was great. Looted wagons, pick up any tank from any army, orc fight up, bang, looted wagon. It was great. And then 7th edition dropped. The orc codec just fell to pieces. It was awful. It was not an orc codex. But the fact that it came out, it was the first one of 7th, and then subsequently each codec after that got better and better. Necrons. But orcs got the bad end of that deal there, and they tried to supplement it with Wargasgul, and literally the only good build I found out of that supplement was the Council of War, which was, to be fair, an absolute belter of a formation. Played right, was absolutely devastating, but again, orcs, they were naff. So, and I just kept buying. Like, I swamped myself with models to the point where I was never going to get all this painted. I had about 5,000 points of orcs, all in part painted states, unpainted, eBay, rescue paint jobs. It just weren't going anywhere. I had to give it up. But then, following on from the excitement, was the 8th edition announcement, when rumours were flying that Death Guard were getting new models, new codex, and I was just like, Papa Nurgle's just calling me home. I had to, so get my ear to the ground, and when it was announced, I was like, yes, this is it, this is the army. So I got a shot of all my orcs, and then ended up going back to my first major love, Papa Nurgle. And yeah, I haven't looked back since. To be fair, the army isn't strong, it isn't weak, it has a lot of pluses, but it will never be top tier, because it's not Imperial. But like, I enjoy painting. Like, I enjoy painting these guys. Like, the detail in these models is absolutely insane. When they first showed the models, I was kind of a bit like, but actually no, ain't that. I got rid of my orcs in 7th edition. I went to Chaos in 7th. What am I thinking? Because traitors hate. That supplement was incredible. It gave Chaos armies Legion tactics. Technically Legion tactics. It gave us all rules for different legions. And I'll always remember, now that I've actually remembered, my favourite ever army list came from that supplement. It was literally Typhus, 7 units of 5 Plague Marines, Dark Apostle, filled out with just zombie cultists. It was the most fluffiest list. It wasn't the strongest in any means, but it was goddamn near like impossible to beat. Well, not near impossible. Like a good commander would destroy that to pieces. But just the horde, the fluffiness of it, it was a fantastic army list. Wouldn't have won me anything, but it was just, I really enjoyed running that army. Like, it was the most, my favourite army list in, Christ, all time. Like, it was just fun to see zombies get slaughtered. Oh, the 4+, yeah, they're back. And Typhus was just a monster. He still is, to be fair. But going back on to 8th, when they showed all the new Death Guard models, wasn't really that impressed. Like, don't get me wrong, they are fantastic models. The detail is exquisite, but to me, they're not grimdark. Like, I own about 42 Plague Marines from previous editions, and still, hands down, my favourite sculpt is last edition's. Like, there was mutations, but they were minor. Like, they just looked gritty and dark as hell. Like, the new ones, they are encompassing the joyous side of Papa Nurgle, but I just like the darker side of things. But as a sucker for new models, I end up getting them all, apart from Typhus. Yeah, I'm still on the fence about him. Like, I just can't get my head around him. Like, what the hell they did to him? Like, what? I don't know. Like, Typhus is the original Typhus sculpt is still one of my favourite models of all time. Like, although he's very static, it just encompassed him as a whole, and he is Typhus to me. That new one is not. And the fact they didn't include his Nurglin, I was just like, why? Why would you do that? Like, his little Nurglin is so cute. Yeah, nah, we'll drop him. I don't know. Like, I probably will get him. I got pretty much every other model of the range. Just, I still can't get my head around him at the moment. But I don't know. What got you into the hobby? Like, just drop a comment. Like, what first drew you to Games Workshop, or just miniature figures at all? Be it Airfix. Like, we all had Airfix kits when we were kids. Did it descend from that? Did you just one day notice a Games Workshop and go, oh, I wonder what this is? Pop in, and then get suckered in to the life of no money. Well, I feel this guy's coming along quite nicely. But the reason why sorry, the reason why I'm doing this challenge is because last year I painted 2 models. That was it. I started painting some. You should see my backlog. I've literally got a bunch of half-painted models. Like, I feel so bad. Like, my models just seemed so neglected. But it's not due to the lack of enjoyment of painting, don't get me wrong, it is a chore at times, but because I'm a slow painter, it takes me a lot longer to get stuff done. Rather than when you see people like pop up in Facebook groups showing perfect paint jobs, literally hours after a model has been released and they've got it, and it's just like, how have you done that? But it's like, my schedule, like my work life has been hectic, my personal life has been hectic, so it's just like I don't really get enough time to actually paint. But I thought that needs to change. So literally just setting half an hour aside every day, apart from the weekend, because that's family time. For at least 2.5 hours a week. It doesn't sound a lot, but it's more than I was doing last year. And I'm aiming to get the 2,000 point list, or about 100 power level, completed in 6 months. I've got a charity painting event coming up. Like, details are coming soon, but it's basically to help us complete armies, get a fully painted army that I've never played with a fully painted army, part painted, undercoated, never bare plastic, but undercoated, part painted. I've never played with a fully painted army, and that's one of our reasons to get it done and to raise money for such a great cause. Once it kicks off, like we would have already made 120 quid, 12 of us doing it, £10 in the pot, which is a cracking start. And then for each month we fail our pledges, donating, and we're getting people like you guys to donate when we're hitting our pledges, hitting our cause, and raising a bunch of money for a fantastic cause. I think it's for shelter, which is for the great cause for homeless people, which is a massive issue in our country at the moment. But I'm trying to leave politics out of this because, yeah, it can descend into madness. Madness. Man, I hate painting bolters. So literally, gonna cheat. God bless Games Workshop for making two of the greatest paint in their range. Typhus Corrosion, followed by Rise of Rust. Literally, the secret weapon for any Death Guard player. Can't be bothered to paint something, but I just rust it up. Job done. But another reason why I'm doing this is to document my progress, because I'm not the greatest painter in the world. I don't pretend to be, I won't ever will be, but at least this way I'll be able to see my progression, like see how I get on, hopefully see an improvement over the next 6 months, and then yeah, like I'm documenting this mainly on my blog, gardenofnerigold.blogspot. The link will be in the description below. But yeah, gosh. Wait for that to dry. So crack on with the base. Nope, another one of Games Workshop's greatest paints, Nurgle's Rot. Perfect for this army, but missed a stage. Nope. Donation drop. literally, like, I'm not, again, the best baser, but I just want to keep it all uniform. So like, instead of making everyone fancy, everyone different, it's literally just a simple boys trudging through muddy war ground while seeping out the Nurgle's route. I may go back to these later on, add a few bits of tufts of dead grass, but for the time being I just want it all to look nice and neat, because this is one thing I always forgot about or never bothered with, is a base. Literally it would just be a black base, bang, job done. But at least this way it just adds a bit more dynamic to the model, and when the whole army's together it'll just look so good. Oh god, I feel awful. 4 minutes left. Jesus, man. Been working on this guy for the past, this is the third update. Been working on him because he's like the squad champion. Just wanted to put a little bit more effort into him, and the fact his detail is insane. He's got so much more detail than, well, they've all got detail, but just all the fly bits. Like every time you finish, I think I finished with a paint, crack on to the next bit, I find another bit of detail I've missed. But that's one thing I love about New Games Workshop miniatures. The detail is insane. Like, they have come on, the models have come on leaps and bounds. I've got Plague Marines from most editions, and going back right to the little plastic ones where they were literally just sat like a bolter, plague sword or knife. Literally it. Every model being the same pretty much. Going up, like, as it's evolved to the new kit, which is fantastic. A little bit cartoony for my liking, but still a fantastic kit. Oh, balls. Why do I do that? This guy, almost done. Just got one last little bit to do. Once this bolter dries, give it a bit of a rusting. And I can finally say this guy's complete. But like I said, if you want to see any more updates, follow me on here, follow me on my blog. I will be posting daily updates on there, not just from this, like ramblings, articles, anything really. It'd be great if you could give me a follow. Like, I just want to, like, using what I don't realise why I shake that pot. It's a dry paint, but I just want to improve my painting through you guys as well, for your constructive criticisms, your comments, praise, whatever, anything that you feel I need to do, what you want to see next, etc, etc. You guys can help me through my journey, and it's always great to share a journey, so why not share it with a bunch of strangers on the internet, or like-minded strangers. because that's one thing I found about this hobby is it's so encompassing. Like, apart from a few people, like a few groups of people, this hobby group is one of the best ones out there. I was part of the Magic scene a few years ago, like heavy tournament goer, won a lot of my games, but did not enjoy the scene whatsoever. I've heard it's changed, but back then it was rife with assholes. I can't say for it now, and if it's not, I apologise if I insulted any Magic players, but it was just something that I just couldn't get hold of anymore. Like, I couldn't deal with it. And this hobby is one of the best I found. Like, apart from, like, again, some people who take it too far, Tony at LVO, but nah, like, I enjoy it. Like, I'll just pop into the shop for a pickup game, meet a stranger, bang, friends. A lot of my good friends from back home. Like, I've moved up country recently, but a lot of my good friends from back home I met at Free Games Workshop. Just going in, just started playing, bunch of dudes, became friends, found more friends for it. Online communities, part of a few online communities from such a great bunch of dudes and girls, like, all because of plastic figures, toy soldiers. It's great, but alas, my half hour is up. My fly dude is painted. If it likes to focus, which it won't, so here we go. Like, once I've finished my army, I probably will go back over a few details, get some more the finer details done. But alright, that's me done for today. If you liked what you've seen, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Like, this channel is in its infancy, but it will be coming more and more. Like, I will be doing regular weekly updates, not just painting, like articles, whatever. Hopefully I won't sound like crap soon. So yeah, thank you all, and yeah, see you next time.